So good evening. This is the post-game press conference for the FIBA Men's 2023 World Cup group play between Germany and Australia. The final score, Germany 85, Australia 82. We're joined by Australia head coach Brian Goorjian and Joe Ingles. Coach and Joe, can you please open up the press conference here with sharing your initial thoughts of this contest and how your team performed? Coach, start with you.
Congratulations to Germany. They're a good team. Real hard loss for us. I'm proud of the way our guys are competing. We gave ourselves a chance, knew it was going to be a tough game, and I thought it came down to a couple little things maybe that were out of our control, and we were right there. So onward to the next one.
And then Joe, for you, just a statement or comments about the games?
Yeah, I mean, much like Gorge, obviously disappointing. We knew obviously coming in that they're a good team, and yeah, didn't go our way tonight. For us, obviously, now to regroup and get ready for the next game.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and open up to the floor for questions. Please raise your hand. We'll have a microphone find you right up here in the front row.
Gorge, Matt Logue News. I wanted to ask about the timeout in the first quarter and that sparking the guys, like your thoughts on the slow starts and how much of a concern that has been, a bit of a trend.
Yeah, I mean, I think these guys are everything I want, and what we've done and how we're playing for what we've done, I'm really proud of. What I coach, or when I'm hard like that, is when the effort, the controllable stuff is off. And I just thought the first 4 minutes, 5 minutes of the game, we had 2 or 3 guys on the floor asleep. And, you know, a layup, 1 second left on the shot, another layup, off defensively, rebounds, the schemes were a step off. And I just needed that timeout and use my voice. And, again, that's really the only time I go off is and it's been very rare. I think that's the first time since I've had them this year that I've had to do that.
And just quickly, did you notice, I think late in the game there was a missed backcourt violation with Germany, and do you think that played, what's your thoughts on that?
I did. We had a couple. The out of bounds underneath the basket, it was clear, and I had to use my deal. I can't get into it, but I said some of the stuff was out of our control. It was close, and I was disappointed there. Yes, I was.
Tom Hirsch, NBL Media. Joe, you look at some of the numbers from this game. You won the rebound count. You won points in the paint. Those are some of the things coming into the game that would probably be big factors. Where do you think it just didn't quite go right down the stretch?
I mean, they made some plays. They made shots towards the end of the game. I think we offensively got some good looks too. Some didn't go down. Obviously, we started off slow. There's some real obvious calls that I just don't feel like you can miss them at any stage of the game, whether it's the first or the fourth quarter. Coach said, I have to use this challenge on one of the most obvious calls. He clearly kicked the ball out of bounds. That's out of our control. Like I said, we get ready now for the next one and move on to Japan.
Second row. And then we'll go to fourth row.
Grant Asseth from Arena Group. I have a question for both. Dante Exum's provided a spark off the bench in both games so far. What have you liked about his performance?
Just all around. I just think it's he can cover the point. We can rest Giddey, and we keep moving forward. He's putting pressure on the rim. He's hitting his shots. He's getting other people involved. He's good on the defensive end of the floor. And I thought tonight, we said at halftime we didn't use him enough. We felt like we need to get him more involved in the second half, which we did. And again, he's been key for us, and I thought he was very, very good tonight. In the third quarter, he was the one that got us that, and last night as well, those big minutes. And we went up 4 or 5 points, I think, during that time span when he was in there. So he's key for us.
Fourth row.
Joe, a question for you. This is Asahi TV, and what didn't go well today, and what could be improved to the next game against Japan? And what kind of impression do you have of Japan team?
I mean, a good team. They press a lot, play a lot of zone. Obviously, going to play. We're playing in Japan. They've got a home crowd there. Obviously, we'll get through tonight and watch a bit of film and get ready for that as of tomorrow. And like I said, we just got to prepare for the next one. This is obviously frustrating and disappointing, but it's over with now, and we'll go watch the film on this game, see what we can get better at, and prepare for this next one.
Third row.
Ernas Jablonskis, Basket News. I have a question for coach. Dennis Schroeder and Mao Dolo done a lot of damage for you guys. Could you just talk about their chemistry on the court? What separates them from the rest of the players? You know?
I just thought the game plan going into tonight. I mean, we're worried about their prior games. It's like 36% on the glass against much bigger teams than us, and we were really concerned about their bigs, and obviously Schroeder, and we double teamed, and he handled that quite well, and that's when the other guard hurt us, and then when we went with the switching. And we thought, keep him out of the paint, keep him off his right hand, and make him shoot the three. And I thought our bigs, for the most part, did a pretty good job of that. But he just hit shots and was. We played them in Tokyo, and they didn't have Schroeder. So my best way, it's a different deal. And the other guard was tremendous when Schroeder was out of there. We had a strategy for that, to go after him more when Schroeder rested, and he was the one that kept him going, and he just made big shot after big shot. Start of the fourth quarter, he was big, so much respect for both of those guards, and between the two of them, they had 50 tonight, and I didn't think I'd be sitting here, and that was how we were losing the game, because we're pretty good perimeter defenders, and they had their way with us.
Any more questions? Oh, front row here.
Gorge, I just wanted to ask about Xavier Cooks, his impact defensively. I think in one of the timeouts you gave him a fair rap as well, but I just wanted to ask about his moving forward, his role, and how crucial that will be.
That's not having Jock, now the backup five, Xavier, and that's when we've been if you look at the statistically, offensively and defensively, we've been in our plus minus, we've been our best with him on the floor. And again, we played him a lot tonight, and he was crucial for us tonight and kept us in the game and has been tremendous. And the small ball lineup again, in the switching, we keep moving forward with that group. And the subbing of that group, a lot of times with Josh Green tonight, it was because he hasn't played a lot and he was tired. And the same thing with Xavier. A lot of times we have to get him out of there because he's exhausted. But he's crucial for us if we're going to move forward out of this pool.
And guys, we have time for just one more question. I was going to hit the second row, if that's okay with you guys.
My name's Elliot from Basketball News Australia. So you guys had a pretty even substitution between Dante, then you had Josh Green. You had them sharing minutes, sharing responsibilities. The players that you think were the silent contributors that really helped compete against a team that in the warm-up to the World Cup played very well against the USA team, who would you say out of today's game is someone or a few players that surprised you?
Honestly, to be true, no one surprised me. I just, it's, we haven't seen a lot of Josh Green yet. That was his first time, so he didn't surprise me, but he made a big impact tonight. And all those guys coming off the bench, I know their skill package, and I keep saying to them, we're playing guys, it's not the NBA, we're playing guys 15, 16 minutes. You can play with freedom and play harder. And just keep moving forward. And I think, again, tonight, the bench, all those guys coming off were great, and they did what's expected of them. They're very good basketball players.
Okay. Thank you very much. This will go ahead and conclude our first part of the press conference. Thank you, Coach Goorjian, and thank you, Joe. We wish you the best of luck throughout the
Thank you.
tournament.
Thank you.